Hey friends, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about some books that I am deciding to get rid of. I have decided to downsize my collection. I have way too many books. And I have realized that I have never colored in any of these books. And I'm like, I'm probably not ever going to. I will explain why at the end, so you're going to have to stay tuned, because I will discuss why I'm getting rid of these. But I thought before I do that, I would do a flip through of each of these books, just to revisit them. They're really nice books, and I will say that I'm not getting rid of them because they're bad books. Not at all. Also, the other thing I want to add is that these books, I am willing to part with these books, $10 a book, just to help cover the cost of shipping. DM me on Sherry's Creations, and let me know if you're interested. Since these three right here are all mythographic books, I will sell these three for $20, because the shipping will obviously be more because they're heavy. And I will sell these two since they're both by the same author. I cannot pronounce her name because she's from Greece and her last name is a mile long. But she's a well-known author. I would do 15 for both of these. So let me know if you're interested by either of those methods. I do PayPal, which is under my first and last name. And I would be happy for those prices that I just listed to happily have you take them off my hands. So without further delay, we are going to start going through these books. So I thought I would start with the Kerby, the one lone Kerby book that I have, and let you know that this is one that I got at Walmart. If you can see, it says only at Walmart. So sometimes some of his books are available like this at Walmart. It's pretty cool. So let me push these books aside, and we'll get going. Now this is kind of a compilation book. This is a compilation book, as are a lot of the ones that are available at Walmart. And I honestly don't mind the compilation books. They give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and honestly there are images that I don't really care to get the whole book, so having an image or two from that book kind of saves me from having to buy it. That's the way I look at it. So let's get to looking through the book. And you can see how detailed it is, per usual. Let's see, it says edited by Zoe Clark, designed by Jade Moore, and cover design by Angie Allison. So he has all his social media here, so you can just peruse that. There is a I think this is a QR code that probably takes you to his website, I would imagine. Let's see. This is just a little introduction. I thought doing a quick flip through these before I get rid of them seemed like a good idea to me. I think this is from Mythical mythical animals. I wonder if it says in the back which books these are from. Okay, yep, right here. Mythomorphia, Worlds Within Worlds, and Mythic World. I kind of thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. This one is so intimidating. I want to color it, but it's so... This one intimidates me. Man, it's gorgeous though, isn't it? I have 7 books total, so I'm not going to take too long in each page. Wow, this one looks so busy. Yikes. But I could see a way of making that easier. It's just to glaze over some of these finer details, like right here. I would just sort of glaze over that and then go over it with like a fine marker maybe. I've seen some really nice versions of this. I know it says available only at Walmart, but I bet you could probably find this on Amazon. I would think so. I haven't actually looked, to be fair, but it wouldn't hurt to try. It's a nice compilation, as you can tell so far. This would make a great Halloween one. So would this one. You know what? This one, I might do this one for Halloween for sure, maybe. He's such a fantastically talented artist. He lives in the Philippines, by the way. And you can tell that he does all his stuff with pen and ink. You can absolutely tell there's no AI here whatsoever. And that is getting harder and harder to find these days, unfortunately. I'm very much, when it comes to coloring books, I'm very much anti-AI. I accidentally reviewed a book that I didn't realize was AI when I bought it, and I didn't realize it until sometime after, and I was like, oh no. So, needless to say, I was quite annoyed. It puts a lot of artists that take the time to learn how to draw and to hone their craft and their skills. It puts a lot of them out of business and makes things really hard for them. I've heard many a story from some well-known authors that it's hurt their business. It's really sad, honestly. Oh, that's a big double page. I saw somebody do this one once. They did a really great job, too. And I've done this one. If I can find a copy of it, I will insert it into the video here. If I can find the copy that I did of it, I will try. This would be great for, like, if you're into, like, Chinese New Year. That'd be great for that. Wow. This one looks very simple, but it's deceptively simple because it's probably a lot harder than it actually looks because of how you have to get the shading, or it's not going to look right. You know, the shading for this has to be just right, in my opinion. Oh. Cyclops! That is such a cool image. This is an image I will probably never do. It would just take me way too long because of all the cogs and little gears and stuff. This one would take me way too long. It's fantastic and it's amazing, but I will probably never do it. I think I have the book this one's in. I think. I have definitely done this one. Again, if I can find the image for it, I will post it. I had to actually tear the on the copy that I have of this book. I had to actually tear, perforate. It's not perforated, so I had to use my knife to sort of cut the two pages out and do them kind of like separate but together. Yeah, it was crazy. It was before I learned how to prevent bleed through, so the page on the other side got totally trashed. By the way, if you want to learn how to do that, see my most recent video. I show you all about how to prevent bleed through when you're using wet media in these books. And I also, at the end of the video, demonstrate how it works. And I do some coloring with some watercolor and some Neo 2s. So that's also something you can look forward to. Ta-da! And these are, again, these are the books that they're from. Mythomorphia, Worlds Within Worlds, and Mythic World. So, there's that. Now let's go on to the two books. Now, again, I cannot pronounce this lady's name. I cannot even pronounce her first name. I do apologize. But I'm going to hold it up to the camera so you guys can read it. But you see what I mean? She's Greek, and you see how long her last name is? I'm sorry, I just cannot. Please don't roast me. I just cannot pronounce either of her names. So let's get to it. This one is called The Circle of Life. I believe this was the first book I ever got of hers. And I have a spare copy of this one. Well, this is my spare copy. I have another one that I've colored a little bit in, and this is just a spare copy. Here's a little intro. I love her books. This one came out in, let's see, 2021. So it's been out for a few years. It's one of her older ones. But she's so talented. I mean, look at the detail in this. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, I don't know where she comes up with all her ideas. I would love to be able to pick her brain and know how she comes up with these amazing, I wouldn't call them mandalas exactly, but they are kind of mandala pictures, maybe. Nice double page. this one. But I like swans too. Now this is one that I could do, but it would take me a hot minute. I love it. I love toucans. These they're so colorful and everything. But I gotta tell you, all this would take me a little, it would take me a minute to do all that. But I would definitely do it. I like this one a lot. Wow. Now this is what I mean by one that is just so fantastically awesome, but it would take a long time to do. I mean, it's like your eye just doesn't know where to go to first. There's so much to look at. It's really phenomenal. She's incredibly talented. I've seen a couple of good ones of this one. This would be a good one to do. It'd take a hot minute, but I have a feeling most of hers would take a hot minute because she's like Kerby. There's a lot of detail. But man, if you've got the time and the mental endurance, these are fantastic books. They really are. And this, by hands down, is probably my favorite image in the entire book. I absolutely adore monarch butterflies, and that's what these look like. They remind me of monarch butterflies. Make sure I'm not skipping any pages. Oh, this one's cute. I really do love her books. I do. But stay tuned to the end because I will discuss why I'm getting rid of some of these books. And again, it's not because they're bad. I like both of these ones. Wow. This is a good one. Truthfully, I love this whole book. I do. That's a good one. You can tell that she hand drew these. You can absolutely tell. Oh, this would make a great Halloween one. Yo, this one would make a fabulous, fabulous Halloween one. I may do this one in my my original book, not this one, but the one that I've colored in. I may do this one for Halloween. Oh, that's an incredible image. This one's great. This is one of my favorite ones. It's like I kind of just want to color them all. Or at least most of them. There's going to be a page or two in every coloring book that you're going to be like, you know. you're not going to be that crazy about one particular image or the other. I would like to think that's pretty normal. Oh, by the way, her books, the pages are perforated so that they just tear out. They're all, well, all her books are perforated. I mean, because I can feel the little ridges. They're all perforated, which is something I almost forgot to mention. That one. Wow. What an amazing image. I don't know if I have the patience to do this one. I absolutely love it. It's fabulous. I don't know if I have the patience for this one. But if you've done this image, let me know in the comments. Because you got more patience than I do. This is amazing. I think this is the one on the cover. Hold on, let's see. Yep, this is the one on the cover. Ta-da! That one could be fun. And that's the end. Oh, this is what she looks like. Ta-da! Pretty lady. Okay, let's get to book number 2. This one is called Enchanted Earth. And let's see. We got your usual introduction. Let's see, this one came out in 2023, so it's about 3 years old. It's not too old. I picked this up at a BJ's, which is kind of like, if you're not familiar with BJ's and Costco's, they're like big grocery stores with a lot of other things like clothes and TVs and stuff like that. Kind of like a department store, but supposedly discounted, and you can buy in bulk and stuff like that. That's kind of what those are about. And you see that these are also one-sided as well in this book, and they're also perforated. I love that she went to the images being one-sided, because that way if you want to use markers, you can just pop a page of a blank piece of paper underneath here, and you can use your markers, and you don't have, and the paper is pretty thick in her books, so you can use your alcohol markers if you wanted to. Just again, put that blank piece of paper in between. I highly recommend it, especially if you're going to use alcohol markers. This is cool. That's pretty cool. Ah, she's got quite the imagination. I would love to know where she draws her inspiration from. Some vignettes. This is the one on the cover, I believe. Yep. Oh, so much detail. Oh. I love her creative mind. See the little wolf shapes. Well, I think that might be a bear. I know that's a wolf. I don't know. What do you think? Think that's a wolf too? Oh, I love this one. It's been a minute since I flipped through this book. I love this one. You know, I feel like I did this image. I've done this image at one point or another. If I find the image, I will insert it into the video. If I find it. Oh. So it's interesting. What an imagination. This one's kind of cool. Whoops. I skipped the page. But, this one's might be one of my favorites so far in the book. Because it has been a while, as I said earlier, it's been a while since I flipped through it, but so I've forgotten some of it, but I really like this one. You know, you could do this one to look like the Eye of Sauron almost. Yes, I just nerded out for a second. Ugh. I like this one. I really do love that she perforated these. I think that's so thoughtful. I think this is about it. And that's it. Ta-da. That is it for her. She is a very, very talented lady, without a doubt. Now, these are my mythographic books. And I have not colored in any of these, I don't believe. Okay, so here is the Mythographic Frozen Fantasies. This one is by Fabiana, and I cannot pronounce the last name. So I'm just going to take a pass and not butcher their last name. I don't want to... Okay, let me make sure I wasn't skipping any pages. Very detailed and very well drawn. And again, all perforated too, which I absolutely love. It makes it really nice when you want to just take it out and frame it, or do whatever. I think having these perforated, as well as the Greek authors' books being perforated, it's just so cool that they do that. Wow. What an imagination. Is that a pumpkin? I spy a pumpkin right there. It's like how Kerby, some of Kerby's books have little things like that. Little odd things like this little random pumpkin. Jack-o'-lantern. No less. That's wild. Wow. Kind of like that one. I like this one. One of my favorite mammals, and yes, killer whales are mammals. Interesting book. I haven't flipped through it in a hot minute. I like this one. I love penguins though. Paper's nice and thick as well. Like in the other Greek authors' books, the paper is about the same, nice and thick. It can withstand probably a fair bit of abuse, which I absolutely love. I like this one. This would be a good one to do. Ooh, dragon. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. She does the hit. This person, I'm assuming it's a she, because the last name ends with an A, which is the feminine, because the name definitely looks foreign. So if it was a masculine, it would be with an O. So I'm guessing the author, by that, the author is a female. All the hidden objects in each, so cheat sheet basically. Yeah, this is these are all cheat sheets for the hidden objects. So that is Frozen Fantasies, and now we have Mythographic Color and Discover Aquatic. I cannot speak today, folks. Aquatic. Joseph, and I cannot pronounce the man's last name. I apologize. But his name is Joseph. So. I wonder, you know what? I didn't think to look when this one, it doesn't say. Oh, that doesn't say when it came out. That's kind of weird. Well, I can't tell you. It doesn't say. But again, they're also perforated. This one's interesting. Also, if you are interested in buying these books, I am only shipping to the United States. I can barely afford shipping within my own country. I'm sorry for any of my overseas subs. I cannot afford it. I deeply apologize. It's just way out of my budget. Pufferfish as a hot air balloon. That's so creative. I love that. Wow. This is an interesting one. I like it. I like it a lot. Can you imagine how much time it takes to come up with and draw all these intricate images? Just the time and the effort that it takes. Man. Quite incredible. Oh, I like this one. A fish coming out of the woods. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I love this one. Tigerfish. Lionfish, excuse me, not tiger. Lionfish. This almost looks like a sailing fish. Or shark, I think. This is interesting. It's a lot of images to color. I like that. She didn't skip on the pages. Okay, and again, here are the hidden objects to be revealed, i.e. your cheat sheet. So that is Mythographic Aquatic. And now the last one is the Mythographic Color and Discover Imagine. And this one also is by Joseph. So there's two by Joseph and then one by Fabiana. So I'm guessing they have different authors that do each of the books. They probably have a group of them that take turns doing a book, probably. I would imagine so. So let's see. And again, perforated and one-sided. I would think so. But if you want to buy these ones from me, like we talked about earlier, I'm more than happy to do that for, you know, the prices that I mentioned previously. I have no problem with that. Wonder how long it takes to do just one of these pages. I really would love to know, honestly. This one's cool. Interesting. Oh, nesting dolls. Paper is so nice and thick. I love that. Sounds pretty good right about now. Well, that's certainly interesting. I like this one. I think the Three Amigos might have partied a little too hard. Actually. That's certainly interesting. And then we got the usual hidden objects cheat sheet. And that is the last of the Mythographic books. Our last book is an oldie but goodie. Well, it's not old, but it's one of Johanna's books. I have several copies already, and I just need to get rid of at least one of them. So I thought I would flip through it with you guys first before I do that. And again, $10 and it's yours. I just need the, you know, PayPal and your address, and it's yours. So we'll flip through this really quick, and then I will talk to you a little bit about why I'm getting rid of some of these books. We got the introduction and the guide to exploring the book. Oh, it's a lot to color. I love all these little vignettes. The little single items, like say if you just got 10 minutes to color, you can do one of these in 10 minutes. But if you have more time, then you can do something like this. And then we have the little larger vignettes. And I think, let me see, I almost forgot. Let's see when this book came out. Hold on. 2022, so it's a little bit. It's been a while. It's been out for a minute. But it's still a fabulous book. In this one particular one, I just have too many copies of it already. So that is why I'm getting rid of this particular book, is I already have at least 2 copies of this book, and it's like, I didn't realize I had so many. So I am more or less giving away this book, with the exception of, as I said, the little bit to help with shipping. I'm going to give it about two weeks. If I don't have any responses from any of my subs or anyone else in YouTube, then I will probably just, you know, figure out another way to get rid of them. It would be a shame not to have them go to somebody who would actually color in them, though. That would be kind of a shame. So that's why I'm sort of offering them up for just that little bit, because I want to see them go. I want to see the books go to a good home. And I think this is probably one of her better books too, I might add. I love all her books, though. Let's be honest. Now, I'm not so much a fan of a lot of wallpaper images, but I know a lot of people are. I think it's just a personal preference, perhaps. Nothing wrong with that. Pages are not perforated in her books, with the exception of her Christmas book. They are one-sided and perforated as well, which is great. This, I love this image, but I'll tell you what, I love them both, but they absolutely do intimidate me. I'm not even gonna lie. I did do this one, not the whole page, just the snail. And I made a video out of it too. So look for that on my, I believe my, either tutorials or speed colors. And it's also in a Johanna playlist. I love her books. These are super cute. Now here's a page I've long since wanted to do, but I just have never gotten around to it. But I absolutely love this image. It's one of my favorites in the book. And that is the end. So let's talk about why I'm getting rid of some of these books. So this one I already have too many copies of, and I just have too many of it already. These ones, these 3 mythographics and the 2 Greek author, because I can't pronounce either her first or last name. The problem that I have is not that the books aren't fabulous and that I don't love them, and that goes for the mythographic and these Greek author ones. The problem is that I have vision issues, and my eyes, even with my new glasses, I just cannot. I mean, you see how tiny the details are? I just cannot. It's too hard on my eyes to color such tiny details. I just cannot do it anymore, and it's sad because I love these books. They're amazing. But it's when I look at like all of that, I just cannot. My eyes just go, nope. They're great books, and I highly recommend each and every one of them. But I just cannot. I cannot see that good enough to do those kinds of images. Now, Kerby's books, a lot of his have tiny detail, but not like the mythographic and these two, and not like these two. You know, it's a little bit less. Like there is small detail, but it's kind of here and there. And then there's large detail areas mixed in with the small details. So most of them, with the exception of like say a page like this, for example, there's also large details, but then there's the tiny details. So I can handle most of Kerby's books just for that reason. It's not just entirely tiny details. So it just makes it easier. And this one I have a copy of already, so this is my extra that I don't need anymore. But that's those are the main reasons that I'm getting rid of them, is that either I have too many copies of them already, or I just cannot see well enough anymore to focus on that kind of detail. It's a shame, you know, it really is. These books are great, and I really do hope that you'll buy them from me, or go onto Amazon and buy them, whichever you choose to do. I think that they're well worth getting, every last one of them. I just cannot keep them anymore, and I really did need to downsize. I have way too many coloring books. I realized the other day as I was going through my stuff, I said, I got so many books, and some of which I've never colored in, and some of which I have too many spares of. You know, so that's kind of why. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please do let me know within 2 weeks if you would like to purchase any of these books from me. I would be happy to do that. As I've stated previously, I can sell each one of these individually, or I can sell these two together for $15. And I can sell these individually for $10, or three of them for all three for $20. And the Johanna book, just $10, and it's yours, which is less than you can get on Amazon. So just let me know, guys. You have 2 weeks, as I've stated previously, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay cool, have fun this summer, and be blessed. Bye.